Hey now, Rodney R. Dixon here, and this is my unboxing of the PowerIt 3/8 corded drill, 0.37 inch keyless chuck, variable speed, arrow design of housing. I have an image here, wear safety goggles, durable, and comfort grip. Specifications: voltage 120 volts, 60 Hz, motor 4.2 amp, 0 to 2800 RPM, material content: plastic, metal, and copper. Imported by Walmart. 3/8 corded drill. And that's that. Okay, so we have a tab here. Can I undo the tab without cutting it? Yes, I can. Got a tongue here. Tongue disengaged. Alright. AC drill instruction manual, but it does say PowerIt on the instructions, so. Okay, we'll go over this later. Just kind of placed in here. And that seems to be all. There seems to be impression there. The box was 10 3/4 inch by 2.5 inch by 8.5 inch. The drill itself, nine and a half inch. The handle from the base is around 7 inch, and thickness, well, around 2.5, 2 3/4 inch. That's the way the drill appears. What do we got here? Sanoo release 3/8 24 UNF 0.8 to 10 millimeter grip. So grip is this way and release is that way. That's the motor. Got some lubricant right there. PowerIt. You got a plus and minus dial here. I believe this is a safety. Not entirely sure. 4.2 amps, 120 volts, 60 Hz, 3/8, 0 to 2800, a minute RPM. Made in China. Not sure what's the model number, so I won't even try to guess. Let's see how long the cord is. Unhood you. Cord is pretty thick cording, but it doesn't seem to be very long. Take it back, it is kind of long. Maybe around 67 inches. Certainly longer than a meter. We got on the label here. Warning: to reduce the risk of injury, user must read instruction manual. Always wear eye protection. AC drill instruction manual, user manual, blah blah blah. Let's go over this real quick. You know what I noticed about this? The drill doesn't come with any bits. I have no bits. It's up to me to buy my own drill bits, I guess. That's too bad. Extension cord, symbols. Assembly. Inserting drill bit. For small bits, open jaw is enough to insert bit up to the flutes. For large bit, insert the bit as far as it'll go. Center the bit as you close the jaws by hand. This positions the bit properly, giving maximum contact between the chuck jaws and the bit shank. To tighten, hold the chuck collar firmly with one hand and securely tighten the chuck sleeve with the other. So there you go. You have the chuck sleeve, the counterclockwise chuck collar, clockwise. To prevent friction, burns, or other possible hand injury, do not loosen or tighten the chuck by using the power of the drill. Well, we don't do that, do we? Removing the chuck. Open the chuck all the way. Remove left hand thread screw inside the chuck by turning it clockwise. Insert the short arm of a 3/8 hex key wrench and close jaws on flats of wrench, and unthread chuck from spindle. Okay. Installing chuck. Always keep the spindle threads, the threads of the chuck, and securing screw free of debris. To install a chuck, reverse removing the chuck procedure. Operation. Before connecting your power tool to power supply, always check to be sure the switch is not lock-on position. Failure to do so can result in accidental starting of your power tool. Variable speed control trigger switch. Your tool is equipped with a variable speed trigger switch. The tool can be turned on and off by squeezing or releasing the trigger. The speed can be adjusted from the minimum to the maximum nameplate RPM by adjusting the variable speed knob or the pressure you apply to the trigger. Apply more pressure to increase the speed and release pressure to decrease. Lock-on feature. Your grinder has a lock-on feature that is convenient when continuous operation for extended periods of time is required. To lock on, depress the trigger switch. Push the lock-on button located on the side of the handle. Then, while holding the lock button pushed in, and release the trigger to release the lock. Depress the trigger switch, then release it. There we go. That's neat. So you press in the trigger, you have a lock there, which locks it in place, and you could release that lock by pressing the trigger once again. Reversing switch lever. The reversing lever is located above the trigger, so that's what this was. It wasn't a safety, it was to reverse the spin, the contour. That is used to reverse rotation of the drill bits. The reversing switch should only be activated when the motor is off and when a bit is at a complete standstill. Use the tool in the forward rotation, move lever to left side of tool. That's badly written. To reverse the rotation of the bit, move the lever to the right side. Starting the hole using the slow speed will enable you to start the hole accurately in most cases without the need for center punching. Drill bits. Always inspect drill bits for excessive wear. Use only bits that are sharp and in good condition. Twist bits. Available with straight and reduced shank for wood and light-duty metal drilling. High-speed bits cut faster and last longer on hard material. Carbide tip bits used for drilling stone, concrete, plaster, cement, and other usually hard non-metals. Use continuous heavy feed pressure when employing carbide tip bits. Warning: before using an accessory, be certain that its maximum safe operating speed is not exceeded by the nameplate speed of this tool. Do not exceed the recommended wheel diameter. Drilling wood. Be certain workpiece is clamped or anchored firmly. Always apply pressure in a straight line with the drill bit. Maintain enough pressure to keep the drill biting. When drilling holes in wood, the twist bits can be used. Twist bits may overheat unless pulled out frequently to clear chips from flutes. Use a backup block of wood for work that is likely to splinter, such as thin materials. You will drill a cleaner hole if you ease up on the pressure just before a bit breaks through the wood. Then complete the hole from the backside. Drilling metal. There are two rules for drilling hard metal. First, the harder the material, the greater the pressure you'll need to apply to the tool. Second, the harder the material, the slower the speed. Here are a couple of tips for drilling in metal. Lubricate the tip of the bit occasionally with cutting oil, when drilling soft metals such as aluminum, copper, or cast iron. If the hole to be drilled is fairly large, drill a smaller hole first, then enlarge to the required size. It's often faster in the long run. Maintain enough pressure to assure that the bit does not just spin in the hole. This will dull the bit and greatly shorten its life. Maintenance and servicing, and yeah. That's pretty much it. Well, there you go. That is my unboxing of the Powerit 3/8 corded drill. I'll leave you with that. I hope this information helps, and as usual, all the best.